one thing. I want everybody to look at me. I'm going to pass it to Corn after I say one thing. That's a W. Let's eat one. Let's eat one. That's a W. How many people want to eat a W tonight? How many eat a W tonight?
It's over, Brian. It's finally over. The
No,
season.
I'm sad.
Yeah, it was a weird season, though. I mean, I feel like everyone was kind of like, all right, kind of happy this one's over.
Mm-hmm.
The finale wasn't as fun as we would hope.
I think we all. I think at least we, if you listened last week, we hoped for a good game, but I think we were in that boat of probably not going to be the greatest game in the world.
Yeah, we also said that the NFC Championship game was going to be the more of a Super Bowl than anything.
Yeah, which I think a lot of people were calling too, right? It wasn't like it was just us. I think that's how most people felt, which is an unfortunate truth of this year. And I like to your point. I think you're right. I've seen a lot of people the last couple of days or so, basically saying this season, like, what a weird season. And I know we've been saying it all year round, but it just was weird. Like, it just felt odd.
Since week 5, we're like, what are we doing?
I do think it's because I really do. And maybe if you're in a different like realm, you'll feel differently. But I do think it's because like a lot of the big names weren't very good this year. A lot of the big teams that we're used to seeing being good were not very good this year, which I don't think is a bad thing. Like, I like that was a little bit different this year, but it still felt weird to me, right? Like, I'm glad we didn't get like a Chiefs. I mean, I know you're an Eagles fan, but like, I didn't need to see Chiefs-Eagles again. Like, I'm glad it was something different. Eagles would have been fine. I guess I'm just more glad the Chiefs weren't in it, but I don't know.
Yeah, I know you are. You hate Patrick Mahomes almost as much as you hate Bo Nix.
I don't.
Yeah, it would have been the whole time watching that game. I was only thinking like, man, if Jacksonville could just get by the Bills.
Honestly, I was thinking, God, Bo Nix didn't get hurt. Like I was I was thinking that too. Like, not that I don't think Denver would have beaten Seattle. I think like we said, Seattle and the Rams are the best two teams by far, and that was the Super Bowl, and it was a great game. But like I was thinking, what if Bo Nix didn't get hurt? I don't think there's any way, based on what we saw, they lose to New England at home in that, like, especially with the second half snowstorm. I think it would have been a better game. Like, I don't know. Patriots offense,
100%.
We talked about it. Yeah, we talked about it a lot. Like, hey, they played the teams that were ahead of them. They played the teams that were in front of them. They got to the Super Bowl. But at the end of the day, it ended up being one of the worst offensive playoff runs. And granted, they played 4 of the top 5 defenses or whatever it was, 4 of the top 7 defenses.
Couple snowstorms,
but I think the snowstorms were overrated. Like, the Broncos one was for 1 quarter. Houston's was like this. Like, I think you even saw Patriots fans who are on national broadcasts say, "Yeah, it was kind of overplayed. It was fun to run with that story for a little bit, but yes, like it was a little bit overplayed." And then you
AFC was just a fraud in general.
Yeah, and then you have like, I know like people might not like these stats, but like Drake Maye put up the worst EPA performance in NFL playoff history by a wide margin. Like, it's just bad. They put up, I think I saw they averaged, it was either 8.5 or 10.5 points per game on offense in the playoffs. Because like if you take away the defensive scores, like insanely not good.
Yeah. I'm going to respond to that. But I have to say, once you start comparing anyone to Joe Burrow, he becomes enemy number 1 on Brian's list.
No, that is not true. That is not true. All I'm saying is, like, I wanted to watch a good game. That's all.
I know. Like, I just had to say it.
I know. I know you have to rage bait me. I get it. But like, it didn't look good to me. Like, I go all the way back to my thing with the Patriots, and not even Drake Maye. I go back to the Bengals. Like, again, I'm a Bengals fan, obviously. I go back to the Bengals game.
Interesting.
I go back to the Bengals game this year without Joe Burrow, without Jamar Chase, without T. Higgins for at least the end of the game because he got concussion, without Trey Hendrickson. They got to the 20-yard line with like 30 seconds left to score a touchdown to beat that team. Like, I came away very unimpressed with the Patriots in that game specifically, and I didn't like. I'm not going to sit here and say I watched the Patriots all year because I didn't, but like that's when I was like, "There's no way this team is." Bengals are missing their top 4 highest paid players on their team in this game, and they have a chance down 6 to win the game from like the 20-25 yard line. I don't know. Great. I think it was like I like Vrabel. I think they have a good young team. I think they made a lot of really good decisions this year, like I said in the pod last week, and I think it's awesome that they made it there. I think it was one of the worst Super Bowl teams we've seen in recent history.
No, 100%. I mean, they have no offense. It was honestly a very poorly coached offensive game because Drake Maye was just getting destroyed the whole time, and they couldn't get anyone to run like a quick 2-yard route just to get someone the ball past the line of scrimmage. I mean, the guy, like, I understand he was hurt. He was taken off the injury report, but then he said they shot him up with something before the game. Which
is weird. Like, that whole thing is weird.
Yeah, and it's also illegal to do.
That's what I mean.
If someone's hurt, yeah. But that's Patriots football, baby. And so anyway, they couldn't establish the run, but we were texting during the game. The first drive, Ramondre Stevenson had, I'm pretty sure he had 3 rushes for 12 yards, and then they just stopped running the ball.
Yeah, he kind of I think they pulled him out of the game too quickly. I think they got too desperate too quickly. Yeah. I felt like they brought Travion in the game because he's the explosive guy, right? He's the guy who can get you a quick hit. I think they were trying to force that too much early in the game. But yeah, man, you're right. It's like it wasn't Drake Maye. It's like it's the whole offense, right? And I think it was similar to honestly, I think it was similar to when Justin Herbert played the Patriots. We talked about this. Like, he didn't trust his line. What happened? First thing you do when you don't trust your line is you come off your reads too quick. You drop your head. And it's not necessarily that he was dropping his head, but you just don't trust it. You just don't trust that anything is going to be where you need it to be. You're sped up. Your internal clock is just sped up a little bit, so you're off.
But maybe give him like a bootleg every now and then.
Sure.
Make him use his legs. I mean,
give him some easy plays.
He was just lost in the pocket, and then when he did have time, he looked scared, and then he kept missing throws. He didn't really look comfortable until the fourth quarter, but that's when the defense was more sagging off than anything. So
that's the garbage. Like, he said that Super Bowl record, most yards in a quarter, passing yards in a quarter was like 260 yards in one quarter.
Did he
in the
really?
Fourth quarter. Yeah, he set an NFL record for most yards in one Super Bowl quarter. Or 235.
So they need to throw that out. Just be put an asterisk by it. Just be like, garbage time. Wow. I didn't know that. But, they got there. Was it?
I think that successful season.
Yeah, very successful season. I don't think they're going to be back next year. They have a lot of, they have a lot of stuff they got lucky. They got lucky. Mahomes, Burrow, Josh Allen, Lamar were all just, all those teams were hurt. And go ahead.
Yeah, I think you're right, Ted. To kind of bring your Jags point back. Like, they didn't have, like, Bills, Jags, I think were honestly I know it's hard to say that the Bills were one of the 2 best teams because they lost to the Broncos. But I do think
the fully healthy Broncos.
Correct. But I do think, like, Bills, Jags was the match. Like, the winner of that matchup, I think, was going to, if the Jags won that game, I think they had a chance to make it to the Super Bowl, obviously.
I agree.
And then you didn't have to play the Bills because the Broncos beat them, but then you also don't have to play the Broncos, Bo Nix. Like, you missed the 3 hardest, the best teams by far in the AFC playoffs. You were able to score. Like, I know you. And that's what it takes sometimes to get there. Is you need to get lucky. You need turnovers at the right time. You need a little bit of injury luck. You need to stay healthy.
Speaking of luck, I mean, that's 100% what it takes. It's in any sport. You have to be really good, but then you also need some of the bounces. And on the Seattle side, if Charbonnet doesn't pick up that ball for that 2-point conversion,
I know, right?
they're probably not making it to the Super Bowl.
I think I said that to you after the game, and it was some tweet that said, if this play didn't happen, Seattle might not, because they don't get the 1 seed if that play doesn't happen. They lose that game to the Rams. The Rams have a home game instead of having to go to Seattle. Who knows how different that is? That is such a crazy, like, it's like the butterfly effect, right? Like, you go back and change that. Who knows?
100%.
Like, who knows what happens? But yeah, dude, Seattle, dominant.
Yeah, and you're totally bought into this team, huh?
I love Seattle, man. I think they're like I know we were talking the other night. They come off a Super Bowl win and they have, I think they're either 5th or 6th in cap space available. But you made a good point. They do have some guys they need to sign. JSN is up for a new contract. He's been in the league 3 years. Wide receivers a lot of the times don't get that contract until after, like Justin Jefferson didn't get it until after the 4th year. Jamar Chase didn't get it until after the 4th year. A couple of the other guys like Devonta Smith got it early, I think. So we'll see if they pay him. But then Devin Witherspoon, I believe as well, is up for a new contract. So
Kenneth Walker's
up for a new contract. So a lot of that cap space is probably going to be eaten up by their own
Kobe
guys.
Bryant.
Yeah, I have a feeling he's going to get. I think he's going to walk.
Dude, you hate that.
I would love for him to come to Cincinnati. We need a safety. We need a safety. Give me anyone.
Okay.
I don't care. I would love for him. I'm not gonna be mad if he signs with Cincinnati.
Bring him home.
Yeah,
that is a lot of guys to pay, and it's really tough to get back, especially with that division with 49ers probably coming back fully healthy, minus George Kittle and Brandon Ayuk, who didn't play a snap. The Rams.
I think he's going to be out of the league.
Who?
Brandon Ayuk.
Really?
Have you not seen all that stuff?
No.
Yeah, no. They basically said he's not coming back to the 49ers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I just don't know how he's...
No one's going to sign him?
I don't think so. The whole thing is...
the Bills?
Maybe the Bills. The whole thing is so weird, though. Like, he just discommunicated from the team. Like, they tried to get in contact with him. No one...
Yeah.
Players have said that. Coaches have said that. It's one of the weirdest... But anyway, I don't want to get stuck on Brandon Ayuk.
Maybe he just didn't want to go by that substation.
I actually saw George Kittle talking about that and how, like, the vets... He's one of the vets now, and, like, the whole trees where, like, the trees died, and they cut the trees down. So now that's not even a thing of proof anymore. And he's like, it's just kind of us vets kind of tell the rookies how it is. So interesting. Yeah. But
that's wild. That whole thing's wild. But yeah, I don't know. You bet. I mean, the day after the Super Bowl, you text me, like, I'm looking at NFL futures, and you just can't help yourself. And you bet for a Cincinnati Super Bowl. So you're all in on the Seahawks.
I'll probably do another one. I kind of regret that one because they do have a lot of people to play.
Who are you taking out?
I think the Bengals, they're not going to make the Super Bowl, but as a fan, you just got to do it, right? If I could do it again. No, you do. If I could do it again, I would do, which I can't do it again. I probably will. I would do Bengals-Rams rematch at SoFi because it's at SoFi again this year.
Dude, that's just the script talking.
I know. I do think the Rams. Stafford announced he's come back, MVP. I think they're going to be. Their owner came out and said the owner of the GM came out and said that they're going to be super aggressive if Matt Stafford comes back. Like, I think they're going to take one big swing for a 2-year window here with him, at least, or this next year. I think they're going to go. Yeah, I think they're going to make some, like Max Crosby, something like that. They're going to do some massive trade to bring someone in to try and make a run at it. And I mean, they were already good enough to. I mean, they beat Seattle once. They took them to the wire twice. They were up whatever that was, like 21 points in the game. They ended up losing towards the end of the season when Seattle had that massive comeback. So I still think LA's probably got to be one of the favorites. I think that's one of the things we should do here in the pod after we're done talking about Super Bowl. We should go through what our favorite, like, way too early predictions for next year in terms of, and then we can revisit and see how we did. But obviously things are going to change over the next couple weeks with offseason coming up. But I think we should do little Seattle talk for the Super Bowl.
Need to.
Got to.
It's not I mean, with how bad the Patriots looked, that they kind of took the story away from Seattle and what they did. That's what kind of
sucks. Like it feels like, and that's what I almost feel bad. We started this podcast off talking about the Patriots. It's like, no,
for 15 minutes.
The Seahawks are the Super Bowl winners. We should start with them. I feel bad. I'm sorry, Seattle fans. I doubt any of you are Seattle fans that are listening to this, but I'm sorry if you are.
We never know. So how much do you believe in Sam Darnold for the next, let's just say 5 years? What do you think he does in the next 5 years?
So first, I'm pumped for Sam Darnold. I think like his whole story arc is, and I think awesome. That's why a lot of people were cheering for Seattle. Is one, we've seen the Patriots win enough, and like it is what it is. But two, like he seems like a good dude, and to bounce around the league like he did, and to not kind of fall apart in the big moments. Not having a turnover in the playoffs, I think is awesome. We even talked about it on the podcast last week. He's due for a turnover or two.
It's wild. When I was living in LA, I met one of the athletic trainers for USC, and this was when Sam Darnold just got cut by. Did he get cut?
I can't remember if he got cut or traded. I think he got cut.
It was like right after he signed with Carolina. I remember this guy telling me, he's like, dude, it sucks what Sam has to go through right now because he's such a good player that he just needs to find some like the right situation. And in my head, I'm like, I don't know, man. He seems like pretty mentally shot because the whole seeing ghosts thing, and then going to Carolina. Carolina's not exactly like the place to rejuvenate your career. But then, then he goes to the 49ers. Doesn't he? Does he get a start out with the 49ers? I feel like he played a game.
Yeah, I think he went 0-1. Like solid. I think
no, you're not.
I think he lost. But yes, I think he played. I think he went 0-1 in his career.
Didn't he look solid?
Yeah, I think he looked fine, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I don't remember if it was like
because then that
game before the playoffs, he played like week 18, or if it was an injury. But
yeah, but then he got a shot. But then the whole time watching him in the Super Bowl, I just remember this guy telling me like, this guy was really good and he just needs a chance. And then last year, he had the year he had, wins 14 games. But that last game against the Lions, he looked terrible. And no one believed in him. Not even really, Minnesota didn't even believe in him. They say they offered him a contract, but they just offered him a low balling thing. So he almost wouldn't sign for them. So then, goes to Seattle. Now he wins a freaking Super Bowl. And it's like, what?
He got traded.
It's like, that's got to be the craziest turnaround. He got traded.
Oh, yeah. So he got just looked it up. He got traded. No, I agree. I think it's one of the, if not the craziest turnaround, it's one of like, I think Baker was like
him and Kurt Warner.
Yeah, Kurt Warner. And I think like Baker was also a poster child, like in recent memory of revitalizing his career. I think, they had a similar path. But I think Sam
Super Bowl, though.
That's what I'm saying. I think Sam kind of takes the cake on that one now. But I mean, this is what we talked about. He got drafted when he was, 20 or 21 years old. He's only 28 years old, and he feels like he's been in the league for 30 years. Like I feel like I can't even remember the NFL when he wasn't around. You know what I mean? Like it's been that long.
Yeah, it really has.
So,
like when you hear Josh Rosen's name, you're like, oh, that guy's probably like 40.
Yes, right, exactly. But he's 29 or something.
In finance somewhere.
Yeah, right.
Trying to build his 401k.
He's younger than us, which is just like
that's wild.
It's crazy to think about. But yeah, in terms of like long-term future, I think he's in a really good spot. Like I think this is exactly what
100%.
Obviously he's in a good spot. They just won the fucking Super Bowl. It's a stupid comment. But you know what I'm saying? I think
I said nothing negative. That was all you.
I know, it's just in my own head. I can hear myself now and I'm like, wow, that sounded fucking stupid. But I think he's in a play, like he's a quarterback that I think needs some of these pieces around him. He's got a good defense. I don't think he's ever going to be the guy that's going to go out and be the reason you win 15 games, 14 games. Like I don't see him carrying a team. I think he can. I think he has like more of that potential than maybe like a I don't want to say Brock Purdy because I feel like that's diminishing. I think Purdy's
Joe Flacco.
Better. Sure. I mean, yeah, Joe Flacco. But like I'm trying to think of someone who's like somewhat young. God, what's a good?
I'm talking about his like career.
Oh,
like like Joe Flacco is never a top. Like you remember that whole thing, is Joe Flacco elite?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's going to be kind of like that, where we're always going to be like, is Sam Darnold elite?
I don't think Sam Darnold will ever be elite. I don't think so.
Is Joe Flacco elite?
No, Joe. I mean, yes, but no.
What does that mean? Yes, but no.
For the fun of it, yes, because like that's the meme.
Can he be a top 10 quarterback?
Yes, I think he can.
Okay.
Would you consider top 10 elite?
Yeah.
I consider elite like carry a franchise.
Okay. I guess, yeah, elite would be probably like top 5. But then who's your top 5? It's Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson.
Mm-hmm. And then
Matt Stafford.
Matt Stafford right now. I think Herbert's up there. I think Maye's. Yeah, I think Maye's up there
7.
in the top 7, 8. Who else? I'm probably missing someone super obvious. Trevor Lawrence. I think after this year, I'd put him up there. Yeah, I know you love Trevor Lawrence. You love Trevor Lawrence. He had a really good year. I think he
did. He had a great year.
He really had a good second half of the year.
So we're at 8 right now.
It's like you want to put Jalen Hurts up there.
So you'll take all those guys over Sam Darnold right now?
Yes, I would take all those guys over Sam Darnold. Would you take Jalen Hurts over Sam Darnold?
No.
Okay, so you would take Sam Darnold over Jalen Hurts?
Yeah.
Wow.
They win the Super Bowl if Sam Darnold was on that team.
That's a bold. Okay, so you think the Eagles win the Super Bowl last year if Sam Darnold was on that team, is what you're saying?
Eagles win the Super Bowl this year if Sam Darnold's on that team.
Oh, so you think look at that. That's a bold take. It's a bold take. I like that.
The guy can throw the ball. Jalen Hurts doesn't throw the ball.
I think here's a clip for you.
There's like 8 games where he had like 90 yards passing.
This is your clip right here. That's a good clip. All right. Who else? We got to be missing a couple guys. Like, do you put Jane Daniels? Maybe not, because
No, not Caleb Williams.
Jared
Goff.
Yeah, Goff. I think I'd still put up there.
Dak Prescott.
I would put Dak. Yes, we were missing Dak. I think is severely underrated.
Yeah, I agree. Purdy.
I think he's in that Purdy tier. Like, I think that's where he is.
You know, some people would say this is what sucks about sports is like the guy wins the Super Bowl and now we're saying all these guys are better than him. But this is like the best part about sports.
Yes. Yeah.
Because their team was so good and he was also so good. But, you know.
He led the league in turnovers, though. Like, he still has his.
But. Didn't have one in the playoffs.
That's
the
what
whole
I mean.
team didn't have one in the playoffs.
I think and that's why you win. You don't turn the ball over. Like, you need some of that luck to go your way. And I know that's not all luck, but yes, a little bit of luck not turning the ball over. So either someone dropped a pick, someone fumbles and a friendly bounce, whatever. But yeah, I mean, I think if you're Sam Darnold and you're considered a top 10, top 12 quarterback in the NFL, I think you're pretty happy with that, with how your career arc has gone. I don't know.
I'd say his ceiling's at 8. But he'll be around 8 to 13.
Yeah. I feel like Purdy's a decent. Like, they're different players, obviously, but I feel like Purdy is kind of in that same, like, similar.
Yeah, 100%.
Tier. I don't know. From like
there's that one year Purdy he almost won the MVP. Like, through 13 games, he was like he kind of had it.
He was really good this year. I know he's hurt, but he was really good this year too. Purdy again, underrated. Like, I'm not the biggest Purdy guy, but I also think he's underrated. But yeah, I don't know. But he did exactly what he needed to do in this game. He's not the reason they won. That's why he didn't win MVP. He didn't turn the ball over. He made the plays that were there. He missed a couple throws early on in that game. Like the one that Christian Gonzalez made a great play on in the end zone. I think it was a little bit behind JSN. Christian Gonzalez had he's going to get insane. He's so good. He's going to get paid so much money this offseason. Blank check.
Insane. He's so good.
That one that he stopped from Rashid Shaheed, that picture, I would have that. If I was him, I'd have that framed, hanging up somewhere.
You lost that game. You can't.
I know. I guess that's true. Yeah, I guess if you win, it's different.
Find one in the AFC Championship game.
Yeah, right? This is a sick picture, though. I think he had a pick in the AFC Championship game, didn't he? He might have. I think he had that pick on, what's his face? Stidham. But yeah, and then defensive side of the ball for Seattle. they were able to rush 4 and get away with it. And then
the whole game.
And then they brought some blitzes on third down. They like switched some things up. They brought Devin Witherspoon had blitzed 20, 21 times all season. He blitzed 6 or 7 times this game, and he was fantastic blitzing. He caused the pick 6, which was a fumble, but ended up being a pick because it didn't hit the ground. He had another sack, I believe, and he just created and I think that's what got him. They weren't expecting him to blitz at all, and he blitzed, 7 times. I don't want to say 6, 7 again. Blitzed 7 times.
That's over. You're good.
Is it over? Is that thing over?
It's over.
Okay, good. So he blitzed a lot, and they just got so much pressure with their front four that they were able to just kind of sit back in coverage and do what they wanted to do.
Every time they blitzed, I was like, "Oh, Drake May's dead." Every time. I
kind of feel bad for Will Campbell. I know he had a rough game, but he's coming off an injury himself. He's a rookie.
People are torn MCL.
I know people are calling for him to like switch positions already and stuff. It's like he's a rookie. I like that Vrabel came out and was like, "No, he's our top 5 pick. He's our left tackle of the future." Like, I don't know what you guys want from me. I think it's nuts. I know he's got short arms. That was the whole thing of him coming out of college, but
yeah, he's got little arms. He's a T-Rex.
But yeah, not a good game for him though. 14 pressures is a lot.
There was like there was a few times. I think there was 2 times Drake May got sacked on Will Campbell's side, and both times the other offensive lineman, I guess the guard, pushed his guy into Will Campbell and knocked him off his spot. so the guy Will Campbell was blocking literally got a free shot at Drake May twice.
Free runner, yeah, it's tough.
So it's not all on him, but yeah, I mean, it just looked like every time he got pushed in a certain way, he kind of fell back because his knee is, missing ligaments. So yeah, that's tough. But again, young team. Here we are talking about the Patriots, but Seattle just put on a masterclass.
Yeah, I think that's what we thought was going to happen. The defense is, and I think a lot of people are underrating the defense because of how they looked against the Rams, and the Rams are able to, kind of pick them apart. But a lot of that is Matt Stafford, and that's, and Sean McVay. Like, they go up against each other twice a year, and I think some people were underrating the Seahawks defense, but all year they were one of, if not the best defense, along with, I think it was the Texans, Broncos, and Seahawks. Those were the 3 best defenses in the NFL all year round. And God, they got so much. Yeah, they just got so much pressure on Drake May and
Chargers.
Cool. I think it's cool.
Chargers are up there too.
And Chargers were good too. Mike McDonald, first defensive play calling head coach to win a Super Bowl, which is crazy when you say that.
Wait. Belichick never called plays?
I don't think so. That's what I saw, that he was the first defensive head coach, play calling head coach. I think Belichick was a defensive minded coach, but I don't think he ever called the plays. I could be wrong on that, but that's what I saw circulating, going around. Yeah. He's like 38 too. I'm so glad.
Would you want your head coach calling plays?
My head coach does, or the head coach the team that I root for does call plays, and I would like to see him not call plays. So I think it just depends on who the coach is. Like Sean McVay, yeah, I want Sean McVay calling plays.
Okay.
Yeah. But I do think it takes away from your head coaching duties. But that's why you need someone on the other side that you trust, that can kind of just run with that side, just run with that side of the ball. And that was what I think Kubiak did for the Seahawks, and now he's gone. He went to he officially became the head coach of the Raiders. But yeah, Seattle, fantastic. Did you think Kenneth Walker should have won MVP?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Game.
I think he had a great game, and I have no problem with him winning MVP. I don't think if you would have asked me who's going to win MVP in the fourth quarter, I would have said Kenneth Walker. I mean, he got that long touchdown, which sucks. That got taken back by a holding penalty. Man, I think it needed to go to someone on defense. That was the game. Defense was so suffocating in that game.
Yeah, I get that, but they had no answer for Kenneth Walker. What did he rush for? 127 yards?
I think he had 150 total yards. Yeah, he had 20. I think it was 26 receiving yards.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I think you either give it to Kenneth Walker or you give it to the defensive unit.
Yeah.
You know,
I was thinking
it's not,
Witherspoon, because he had a phenomenal game. He got a ton of pressure. He caused one of the fumble recoveries. He had a different sack. And then Derek Hall also had 2 sacks, 11 tackles, I think it was. He had a monster game too. I don't know. I know it's hard to get it's so much harder to pinpoint one person on defense because they all played so well.
Why doesn't
but
the NFL just needs to do offensive and defensive player of the game?
That's actually not like MVPs, offensive and defensive MVPs or something.
Like, why are we doing one? Like it makes sense for hockey, makes sense for baseball, makes sense for not even baseball, because like the MVP for pitchers is Cy Young, and then there's the MVP. But basketball, they play both ways. So like, why have one MVP when they do 2 completely different things?
Yeah, I don't hate that actually.
Yeah, I understand people want it to be the MVP, but like just make it MVP offensive, MVP defensively.
Yeah, I don't hate that. I don't hate that.
Yeah, it's like defensive player of the year, offensive player of the year, then MVP. It's like, what are we doing?
It felt like that was just it felt like that was the story, was how the defense suffocated the Patriots offense, and that was more important than what the offense was able to do for Seattle. I don't know, but that's just me. But yeah, JSN even left for like half the game. They still dominated. Like it was.
Yeah.
It was not.
There was one point of the game where I was like, "Oh, the Patriots have a chance," and then
the beginning of the fourth quarter when they scored that like touchdown to Mac Hollins.
I think it was earlier than that. I think it was still like a 2-possession game, and JSN was out.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, this is kind of their chance right here. If they can just get something going on offense, but it just never happened.
Mm-hmm.
There was no adjustments. It was just garbage time.
I think for me, it was, okay, let's see. They didn't score until the fourth quarter. So it was 19-0 at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Yeah. So Matt Collins scored the 35-yard touchdown pass. It was 19-7. They got the ball back. This is where I felt it. It was 19-7. They got the ball back. I think the Seahawks went 3 and out. They got the ball back, and then Drake Maye threw that like horrible interception over the middle into triple coverage where it kind of the ball fell in between 2 defenders. It was like I don't know if he.
It's like 7 yards behind the receiver.
Yeah, it was nowhere close to a receiver. And that's when it was like, okay, it's over. But I think that was the point for me where it was like, all right, if they drive down and score here, make it 19-14 with 8 minutes left, we have a game. But yeah, it just, after that, it kind of went sideways. But I don't know. It was a very, I think it went the way a lot of us thought it would go. But last thing on this game, and I just take it back to the Patriots. Where do you see them next year? Like, where do you, like, I think we talked about it. I think Seattle, we could agree. I wouldn't be surprised if they made it back, right? I think they've showed it. They should have a lot of that pieces there that they have to re-sign some guys, but a lot of those pieces should still be there. Where do you see the ceiling for the Patriots next year?
The ceiling?
Or just like, where do you predict them to land? Like, do you think they can make it back to the Super Bowl?
I think no. I don't think they're going to make it to the Super Bowl. I think they're going to struggle to make the playoffs.
Yeah. I
can see them being like a 7 seed next year.
Yeah,
you never know. But like the Bills are just going to get better. Yeah, the Bills are going to get better. Ravens are going to be better. Bengals are going to be better. Chiefs are going to be better. Like everyone's just going to be better next year. The Jags are going to be back and healthier. Mm-hmm. So I just don't see this was their chance. And I'm not saying they're not going to have another chance, but I saw, did you send me this? It was like the amount of people say, oh, they'll be back, and they just never were.
Oh yeah. They just never come back. Yeah. And that's the hard part. And
only 4 quarterbacks have been back, and one of them's Jalen Hurts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jalen Hurts is one of them.
Crazy.
And that's where it's hard. Like that's where it's hard as a fan, like to think about Super Bowl and coming back and like you're all excited because, hey, our team was good enough. We made it to the Super Bowl probably earlier than we should have. So like we're on the up and up. And I think that's what a lot of Patriots fans feel like. Hey, we didn't have the receivers this year. Our offensive line was just kind of pieced together. Our defense, I think, outperformed what the expectations were because they hit on some good, veteran free agents, which again, like a lot of those signings were 1 year. So they're going to have to try and figure out what to do there. But a lot of that is coaching. But it's so hard to get back. You had to get so lucky to get there. We talked about it at the beginning. And that's why, again, as a Bengals fan, who kind of lived through a very similar type of run that the Patriots had, I don't think they're as similar as people are comparing them to. You always hear going to be back. Bengals made it. They got to the AFC Championship game the next year. I'm like, oh, we're going to be good for the next 3 or 4 years. Injuries happen. You can't pay everyone. Some of your studs leave that were bigger pieces than you realize. You draft poorly for a year or two, and the next thing you know, you've won 7 games, and it feels like it's all over. Even though you might have the most important piece of quarterback. So, it's scary. It's scary. Once you get there, that's what you want to win when you're there. I know you're not supposed to, and I know you probably aren't going to, and like that's kind of how it felt with the Patriots. But you can't help but feel like it was a missed opportunity because who knows when you get back. So,
100%.
They need to get some wide receiver help and some offensive line help. Maybe another pass rusher.
I feel like their defense is fine. They're good enough to win. I think they need someone other than Stephon Diggs, because as much as you say like Kayshon Bouttie's okay, Pop Douglas is fine, but if those are your 2 big options, if Diggs isn't providing anything, I mean, what do you have? 1 catch for 5 yards, and it was the last drive of the game.
He had that last 20-yard catch that he spun the ball when they were down 19 points.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
3 minutes left. It was like, all right, man, come on. But no, I agree. I like I said, I like Kayshon more than I think most do. But yes, I think he's a good piece of the puzzle. That if you have a number 1 guy that can take some of that coverage, even someone who might be a little bit younger in their careers, like a little bit more of a one than Diggs is. Sure, AJ Brown. I think then that's where you'd see Kayshon become, a real piece, is when someone else is taking that attention away and you can count on him. That's kind of my thought on that. So, yeah. Successful season.
Let's go through these.
I'm sad. Sad it's over. I don't know what to do anymore. But free agency.
Watch the burnt peanut.
Soon. Yeah, that's true. Free agency coming up soon. Then the draft. So we'll be busy at least for the next couple of months. But yes, let's look at some future.
Yeah.
All right.
What are we doing? DraftKings? Yeah.
Yeah, DraftKings.
Well, starting to. Let me scroll all the way over since it's done.
I know. I can't even. God, it's hard to find once it's done. I'm just gonna search it.
Is there a search button here? What are we doing?
Yeah.
NFL.
Futures. All right. View all.
Okay.
All right. Let's start with
Seahawks are favored.
I mean, they have to be. They just won this. They're tied with the Rams, though. All right, I'm gonna go. Let's start with conference winners. If you had to pick,
we're doing this, huh?
Yeah, let's do conference winners and then Super Bowl.
Okay.
NFC, who would you take? Ooh.
Who's gonna play in the game? Play in the Super Bowl.
So yeah, it's NFC winner. So who's gonna win the NFC conference? Yeah.
Man, it's hard not to say the Rams.
I know, that's kind of what I'm thinking too. At plus 475 Rams, I feel the same way. You just know how aggressive they are in the offseason and kind of what they've done the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if they have one more run with Stafford, I just think they're going to go for it. I really do. And Stafford has another year under his belt against McDonald's defense. I'm sure they'll find a few, plays here and there that'll help them win a couple of those games. I kind of like the Rams too. As I don't want to be lame and say the same thing as you, but I think I'm going to go Rams.
What about
I just don't trust
what's a dark
horse? If I had to pick a dark horse, this one's probably too chalky. Give me the Bears. Plus 1,300.
Oh, okay. How's that chalky?
I just feel like I feel like the Bears are going to be like the Houston of like a couple years ago or whatever, where it's like the quarterback's up and coming. He showed a lot of promise. The odds are kind of in the middle. They're not the favorite, but they're not like the super, super long shot. They made it. They won a playoff game. Another year with Ben Johnson. They're going to improve a little bit. They'll get a couple more pieces on the defensive side of the ball in free agency. Maybe they'll make a splash trade or something, because that's something that the Bears are known to do, right? They traded Khalil Mack. They've done some of that stuff before. So I'm going to go Bears as my kind of dark horse. I wanted to say 49ers just because I feel like if they just don't get hurt, I think they can be the best team of football. But
gotta get away.
I know.
Gotta get away from that substation.
Yep.
Because I looked at that too, and I thought, no Kittle.
Yeah.
All their ligaments are being disintegrated by electricity. Bones are more brittle.
CMC was healthy this year, so I feel like he's due to have an injury. You know what I mean? Like, it just
his usage rate was high.
Yes,
too
exactly.
High this year. Yeah. They wasted his healthy year.
As bad as that sounds.
My dark horse would be, depending on what they do this offseason with the quarterback situation. It's just such a long shot because you just don't know who's playing quarterback. But Vikings.
I knew when you said the quarterback situation, I knew you were going to go Minnesota. You love JJ McCarthy.
No, it's not him, dude. Anyone but him.
Yeah. No, I get that though, just because you feel like the team is better. They still won 9 games this year with the quarterback situation they had. Like, that's what's hard. I don't think people realize. Like, they went 9-8. They had a solid season for how shitty their quarterback situation was.
And I understand. And plus, like, if you say that's crazy, last year at this time, if we said the Patriots were going to come out of the AFC, that'd be wild. Because they win 4 games. They had terrible coaching. And then you're going to just say they're going to flip it all around, and Stephon Diggs is your big acquisition, and Drake Maye looked fine, but I don't know. There's no way they were plus 3,000 to be in the Super Bowl. They're probably like in the Falcons, maybe even Panthers at plus 5,000.
Yeah, no, you're right. I think they were further down. I think they were even further down because, to your point, Drake Maye looked like no one expected that big of a jump from him. And again, I want to say this. I think Drake Maye is a very good quarterback. I don't want it to be out there that I don't think Drake Maye is a good quarterback, because I know people are pushing that agenda on here, and he's a very good quarterback.
Wait. I'm just saying he's enemy number 1 because he was getting compared to Joe Burrow.
No, you're wrong.
Dude, everyone knows it. If you listen to this pod, you guys know that. And I'm going to push that narrative.
Yes, I know. Same with Bo Nix. That's the Bo Nix narrative too.
Yeah.
No, I don't hate that. That's definitely more of a long shot than mine.
Yeah.
Giants, also sneaky. I don't really like what they did with some of their coaching hires, though, so I'm kind of off the Giants now.
I'm out on that whole experience. All right, let's do AFC.
All right, AFC. All right, you went first I'll go first for this one. All right, so the one that I like a lot, and I think you might like this one too. Like, obviously, I think it's crazy that the Ravens are plus 600. Again, I know I'm a Bengals fan, but what the hell did they show this past year to be plus 600? New coaching staff. I don't know. I think that's crazy. Jacksonville, plus 1,100.
Ooh.
I think they were really good this year. I really think if they got past the Broncos, they have the quarterback, they have they have the receivers, their O-line is solid, they have the defensive pieces too. They're just a solid all-around team, and I think they have the coaching now. If they pick a couple more pieces up on defense, I just think it seemed like Trevor Lawrence took that next step. So I think at plus 1,100, kind of middle of the pack, is pretty good odds for Jacksonville. I know it's Jacksonville. It's that's what holds you back, right? Is that it's Jacksonville, but that's where I think I would go.
No, I'm with you. I like that. I like that a lot. I would agree with you, but since we're trying to be different, I'm going to go Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
They had it. They're right there. Just the worst possible thing happened. It's kind of what happened with the 49ers a few years ago when the Eagles played them in the NFC Championship game, and they literally had no quarterback. It's basically what they did. And I think the Broncos would be a good bet just because, again, all-around team, great defense. Offense is only going to get better. But, yeah, I like the Jacksonville a lot, especially at those odds. But, I mean, if we're going to go dark horse, we got to go Bengals.
I don't even think it's like they're barely less than the Jaguars, but yes, I would agree. Like if the people below the Bengals are Steelers, Colts, Titans, Browns, Raiders, Jets, Dolphins. Like it feels so different than the NFC. Like
yeah, it does.
It just feels like those the Colts maybe, like I get it, they had a solid season, but who's going to be the quarterback?
Torn Achilles.
Right. Is he even going to be the quarterback? Torn Achilles. They traded away their first-round picks for the next 2 years to get Sauce. Like, I don't see it. I think they kind of had their magical run, and unfortunately, it ended with injury. So it feels like there's a clear cutoff right at the Bengals. So like I think this is actually going to be the lowest you'll ever get the Bengals because I think they're going to make some improvements in the offseason. Like I think they're going to go out. They have no one to pay on offense. They have a ton of cap space. I think they're going to go out and sign some guys. So I think this is the lowest you'll get the Bengals, but I still would take Jacksonville. Like if I was betting, I would take Jacksonville. I don't think I would touch Houston. No. I don't think I would touch the Chargers. I just haven't seen it enough from them in the playoffs. I think Patriots plus 650 is kind of crazy too. Like I think that's too high for the Patriots.
Patriots plus 650 is insane.
Yeah, I know they were just there, but
yeah, but who cares, dude?
Yeah,
we just saw it. They're gonna have a first place schedule next year. You know, I know they have the experience, but I don't. Again, I would rather bet them to miss the playoffs than to win the AFC.
I like that, actually. I don't know if they have that on here, but I like that. It's probably not up yet, but I like that as a...
Just bet they're under wins.
I know they have that once you get closer to the season, but yeah, bet they're under wins. I kind of like that, actually. I like Denver, though. I think Denver's a good call. I think they pick up another wide receiver, another weapon for Bo Nix, like as a priority. Defense is obviously already set. They have a couple free agents. John Frankenmeyer is a big free agent for them, but on the defensive side. But I agree. I could also obviously the Bills if you wanted to go kind of like chalk. But you say that every year though. It's the Bills' year, and it just never is.
They're cursed, man.
No,
they're
it just never is the Bills' year. So
I'm not betting on any cursed teams, and so I rescind everything I said about the Bengals too.
Yeah, that's fair. Again, it feels so different though. It really does. Like Cowboys at plus 1,800 feels like such a better bet than any of those. Like
I'm out on the Cowboys.
You're out on the Cowboys? Eagles. Yeah.
All right, really quick because I want to get to something NBA. Else before it gets too long.
Okay.
Just say Super Bowl champion next year.
Bengals. No. Jacksonville. Give me Jacksonville plus 220. I mean, you got to go off of what we just talked about, right? So if I'm taking the Jaguars, give me the Jags as my team, as my pick.
All right. I'm just going to go Rams.
Yeah, I like that. Plus 950 and then plus 2. I do think, again, I think Bengals and Bears at plus 2,500 are good bets as well. God, I got to stop talking about the Bengals as being good bets because it's just not a good bet. Redact really what I just said. It's not a good bet. Bears maybe. Bengals now. Yeah, strike it from the record.
I don't know what you see in the Bears, man. But yeah. All right. Good season, Brian. There'll be more off-season talk.
I can't wait. I'm pumped for the off-season. Combine coming up. Free agency coming up. Draft coming up. Love it. Playoffs, baby. So what's next?
Playoffs, baby.
Yeah, there you go. There was no playoffs this year.
All right, so I was listening to a podcast with Bill Simmons and my favorite talking head on TV, Nick Wright, which was actually really good, and I agreed with a lot of what he was saying.
I listened to parts of this, and I agree. I actually like some of this stuff.
Yeah. So they were talking about the NBA and how it's very monotonous with how like all the 3-point shooting. And Nick Wright made a good point where when you think of basketball, you think of just superhumans who can dunk, who can fly through the air, like the Air Jordan kind of thing. Like us growing up watching like Space Jam, you know, you just have that picture of Michael Jordan's arm stretching across the whole court in that movie. And, you know, just awesome dunks, Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, LeBron, just Derrick Rose, Russell Westbrook in his heyday, just all these like superhuman kind of athletes. And what Steph Curry did to the league, he's my favorite player to watch probably of all time just because of what he does and how he moves off the ball and how he can shoot. And it's not just the shooting, it's everything else. Like he can handle the ball, he makes like crazy layups. But what he's done to the league is everyone shoots 3-pointers now. All the advanced analytics say the 3-point shot is better than a wide open layup just because it's worth more, right? And that's turned a lot of people off. And so what Nick Wright and Bill Simmons were talking about is different ways you can change the game where it will bring more of what we love about basketball to everyone's eyes watching it, right? I didn't know how to end that one. But so basically, this wasn't one of their ideas, but I forget who it was. And I had the name in my head, but it really doesn't matter. But they said that the home team can put the 3-point line wherever they want. So
okay,
let's say you're playing Golden State. Guess where the 3-point line is?
Yeah,
40 feet
logo.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're playing, let's say like you're playing the 2006 Spurs, they might say, hey, there's no 3-point line.
Can you move it in? Can you move it closer?
You can move it in. It's like they compared it to baseball fields where they have different lengths of field, higher walls, like in Boston where they have
Green Monster.
The Green Monster and all that, and like they have a really shallow one in right field. I thought that was pretty cool. I was like, it does sound gimmicky, but it also, number one, it plays to home team strength, right? It prioritizes the regular season because then you're looking for seeding. So if you're the 4th seed, you're like, okay, we can't drop to 5 because we need at least home court advantage once. So there's that angle. What do you think of that?
It seems kind of gimmicky. I know you said that already. It seems a little too gimmicky to be like a real thing. Like,
okay,
I understand like the idea of it in terms of like building for home court advantage in the playoffs because you get to decide what you want to do. It just feels like it kind of makes it a circus.
I understand, but it is I'm not saying I'm for it or against it. I'm just saying it does kind of build some entertainment because it's where are they playing tonight? Oh, they're playing in Charlotte. They have a bunch of 3-point shooters. Guess where that 3-point line is? It's way back. You're playing in Denver. Jokic. Guess where it is? There isn't one.
So, counter argument: if it's too deep, the 3-point line is only like you can't bring it all the way across the court.
Exactly.
It would literally be like on the out of bounds lines, and you could only shoot from one of those spots.
Well, there's also been people saying that they need to get rid of the corner 3. Is that's another part of it. So people stop taking so many threes. Yeah, a lot of people's positions are sitting in the corner, and someone drives and kicks. Like LeBron, he drives, kicks out.
Yeah, I like the ideas of trying to find a way to get more people to watch the NBA, and I think it'd be one of those things that'd be super interesting for like the first 10 games, and then I think it would get to the point where you're just like, well, where's the 3-point? Like, I think it might cause a little bit of confusion, but maybe that's how it would start for a lot. If you're changing the rules, that's how it would always be. And then people would figure it out.
So you just like the consistency of it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because I feel like a lot of sports besides like golf. It's different every week.
Yeah.
Baseball, it's different every game. But then you have football, which is, the same. Hockey, the same. I'm just saying you can make it something completely different.
Yeah.
I think it would be interesting, but I agree. It is gimmicky.
It's just, and I think that's the thing I can't get over, is it just feels too gimmicky. Do you have to decide at the beginning of the year where you want it and it stays the same the rest of the year, or do you change it based on your opponent?
That's a good question.
I feel like you'd have to do it at the start of the season.
Why not both?
There isn't a both. Either you can change it or you can't. Yeah,
why not change it? Or why not you can change it 3 times throughout the season, or 2 times.
Oh, I like that. You have 3 times where you can make it, or like 5 where you can pick and choose. You have a set spot, and then let's say you have a big matchup against whoever. Let's say Golden State's playing Denver. You like your 3-point ability more so than Denver, so you want to push it back even further because it's a game for the 1 seed.
Or you're Boston, you trade away Anthony Simons for Vucevic, and you're like, okay, now we're gonna, not have as many 3-point shots.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Very gimmicky, I know. But I thought it was a fun idea. Yeah. Second idea, dunks are worth 3.
I like that better. Because I that's what I miss. Like I miss, because I think not that I don't like 3-point. Like I think you're right with Steph. Like I think he's changed it. Like he's obviously changed the game. He's made one of the biggest impacts on basketball of anyone. And how he changed the game. And I think he's super fun to watch. And like I think he's always been fun to watch. And when he came onto the scene, that's all everyone wanted. People love deep threes, shooting over top of people, the fucking massive arc that he puts on it, moon balls. Russell Wilson moon balls, but in basketball. But like I miss that. I miss the Russell Westbrook, the Derrick Rose days where guards were getting to the basket a lot more and being aggressive, and like even going back to like Shaq and all that stuff. Like that was fun to watch too. Like it was a different game back then, and it put a little bit more of an emphasis on that part of the game. I don't think people like playing in the paint as much anymore as they used to. I like that. Make dunks worth 3 too. I like that.
The issue with that is you just completely throw away the mid-range.
Yeah, you diminish the mid-game altogether.
So like the idea of moving the 3-point line around is it brings back the mid-range game, because shooting a mid-range shot now is like there's no point. Like Tim Duncan now, that was his game. Like Kevin Durant goes to his spot every time, hits that mid-range shot, and I feel like that's where they need to try to find. I think getting rid of the corner 3 would probably be the best case scenario.
I kind of like that too, actually, now that you bring that up. Like, you can no longer just stand in the corner and wait to shoot threes. Like, you have to move. Like, you have to rotate. You got to, like, I think that is probably a better solution of any of them, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Because you only have a finite little area where you can actually shoot a 3. Easier to guard, easier for someone to be there. What about just pushing it back a little, like in general? Like,
if you push it back, then there's no corner 3s.
Correct. But like, what if you push it back and get rid of so you get rid of the corner 3? Do you think people would still shoot as many? Probably, because they're NBA players and they can fucking shoot from anywhere.
I mean, how far are you going to push it back? You're going to push it back like a foot? I mean, I think it's fine. I think that the distance is fine. They just need to figure out a way to incorporate more driving, more mid-range, and stop with the driving kick to the corner every time, or going down on a 2-on-1 and someone stopping at the 3-point line and just throwing up a 3, so which that'll always be a part of the game. I personally, I could watch. I've always been, I'll never forget growing up playing basketball. I was playing like elementary school and middle school. All I wanted to do was shoot 3s.
Oh yeah,
my dad would always be like, my dad would always get mad at me. He's like, "Why are you shooting 3s? All the pros drive." And I'm like, "Well, this is my game. I just want to chuck it up.
But
I just want to throw bombs."
To that point, you change it in the NBA, it'll kind of funnel down as well. I don't know what like young, like AAU basketball is like nowadays for like 12 to 14-year-olds.
If you ask anyone,
I'm
everyone's just shooting threes.
Yeah. So
if you can shoot, you can play.
It's crazy.
And like the small ball thing was a thing for a little bit. Now people are really prioritizing the center position again, which is nice. But they do need to figure out the whole 3-point thing. I think getting rid of the corner three is probably the best case scenario, but and probably more realistic because I gave you 2 gimmicks. And that and shorten the season, but that's it.
I think shorten the season would be, again, we've talked about it.
70 games.
Yeah, make the games more important. Like that shortened season, the lockout season where they started on Christmas time was perfect. Like, they like solved their problem without needing to solve it, and then they just never went back to it.
Yeah, Bill Simmons interviewed Con Knipple, and he asked him how many times he's practiced in the last 2 months, and he said none. So the fact that teams aren't even practicing is insane.
I did see a tweet, and I think this is an over exaggeration, but it was like something along the lines of like Olympic athletes going out there on torn ACLs to finish their sport, and NBA players play one basketball game and they need a break. It was a little harsh.
Well, I mean,
it's a little harsh, but
I mean, it's true. But did you hear about that guy who plays at Kansas?
No, I don't think I did.
Is his name Peterson? He's probably gonna be the number 1 pick, if not top 3. Hold on, let me find his name so I don't butcher this. Top 25. Kansas just beat Arizona. Arizona's ranked number 1, if you didn't know that, Brian.
I did not. Now is the time where I start watching college basketball. Get ready for the NCAA tournament.
It is... God, where is his name?
The Redhawks.
What the hell? Anyway, there's a guy who plays for Kansas, and he plays like... Oh, yeah. He didn't even play in the game. It's Darren Peterson. He is like the Kawhi of...
Oh, is he really?
Of the NCAA, and he just like doesn't play in like half the games.
Is it because
he's the best prospect right now?
Does he have an injury, or is it because he's kind of preserving himself for the NBA?
People don't really know that he's out for some games, in for some games. It's wild.
It's gonna funnel down, man. It's gonna eventually make its way down, and I think it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Go Redhawks.
It's
undefeated.
Yeah. Love and honor.
Love and honor.
All right, just wanted to. I heard those, and I wanted to get your opinion because
those are good.
It was like a fun little topic, but yeah. All right, we'll be off next week. Like and subscribe at Traveling Athlete Pod on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. And if you haven't followed or subscribed or whatever the button is on Spotify, hit that button for us.
And then when we come back, we'll be after the All-Star break for NBA, so we'll be kind of getting more towards the ramped up period of the NBA. We'll actually be probably like the franchise tag type stuff for the NFL, so scouting combine, and then free agencies in less than a month. So we'll be right into some more football stuff, and then you got NCAA tournament. So we got some stuff coming up, stacked up for kind of end of February through early March. Then it'll be full-blown golf season too, full-blown.
Oh yeah.
You'll be at Masters before you know it, which is crazy.
That is crazy. What is that, in April?
April, or like first week of April.
Oof.
Less than 2 months away. Yeah.
Jeez.
Time flies.
Damn. All right, Brian.
Sad it's over. I don't know. It's sad it's over, but it needs to be over. Time for fresh.
Playoffs, baby.
Next year's our year.
Oh, shit. We gotta do it again, dude. Look the lens cap on.